Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Disqualified. We are here to go over Night of Champions and
Saudi, we would like to apologize.
that. First of all, crowd electric.
Yes.
Second of all, one of the best shows that they've put on
Yes.
all year. Main event was amazing. I think every match is above 3 stars for me.
Yeah.
So, or like 3 and above. But yeah, so if you don't know how predictions work or like reactions work, we predicted this. This is the main roster predictions champion. This is on the line. I am the current holder of it. I am Caleb. This is Trevin, our NXT predictions champion, and behind the camera is our producer Zach. Peltless Zach.
Hello.
Yeah, so us three are predicting this card. So the matches we've gone over and our predictions. So really, I had one shot at winning this thing.
Yes. Basically, we all picked the same person except for one match with me and Zach picking Karrion Kross to go over in his match against Sami Zayn, which we will reveal the results when we get to that match.
But now we're getting into our opening match. Surprising that this was the opening match. The King of the Ring Finals. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Both SmackDown representatives. So this match is strictly for who is facing John Cena at SummerSlam.
Or CM Punk.
Or CM Punk. I just went with who was on the mind.
Yeah. But this match cooked.
Yeah, it was great. A large part of the match was seen with Orton
Selling his agitated back because he's had surgeries on it previously, and you soon realize that like a lot of his moveset requires him to land on back.
even the backbreaker. Your opponent's back is landing on your back, and that's going to cause you pain. Cody popped out, 3 Cody cutters?
Yes. And Orton still kicked out of him.
Not including the one that Orton parried.
Yeah,
So
there was
technically
one that Orton parried.
Yeah, no. This match was like, what can we pull out of our bags?
And then in the end, you see Randy. He's going to go for a punk kick. He is returning to his ways. He did say on Friday that, Cody's his friend and he taught him a lot, but, when it comes to the King of the Ring final, he needs to be King of the Ring.
Yeah.
He needs to smash.
So, yeah, he's looking for the punt kick, starts hearing those voices, but he's like, wait, no, Cody's a friend. This ain't right. I shouldn't kick his head off.
Nah, screw it. He goes for it anyways.
Yep. Countered. Cody ducks out of the way into a Cody cutter.
And then Randy rolls out the ring after the kick out. And then he grabs a chair.
Yeah.
Goes to bring it into the ring. Charles Robinson says, no, you're going to be disqualified if you use it.
Yeah, and Randy's like, you right. And then he surrenders the chair to the ref, goes to the opposite corner to take off the top turnbuckle. He's like, distraction.
Yep. And then he goes to ram Cody's head into it. Cody stops him. He goes to ram Randy's head into it. Randy stops him. They brawl away from the corner for a little bit. Randy gets thrown rib first into the turnbuckle. And Crossroads for the 1, 2, and 3. Cody Rhodes is your new King of the Ring.
Confirmed to have a match at SummerSlam against the winner of our main event, John Cena versus CM Punk.
And geez. This was a great match. This opened the show.
Yeah, no, like, both people were incredibly over. Like, if you listen to the Saudi crowd during both their entrances, the WWE decided not to even put up the decibel meter because people at home knew, oh, these homies loud.
Man, this was a very vocal show. Both nights. SmackDown was also very vocal.
Yes.
And it was, it's so insane.
And
it was
another
so
reason,
much better.
Yes,
than
another reason
crowds.
why I say we apologize to the comments we made about Saudi is because there's they're starting to pop for the woman matches, some of them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like, Saudi, good job.
We misunderstood your game.
Yes, you are better than some U.S. crowds right now.
Most U.S. crowds just suck ass unless you're like a wrestling city like New York, Chicago, Philly.
Yeah. Vegas, kind of. They're getting there.
Because they're being forced to get there.
Yeah. Yeah,
But yeah, so we all picked Cody to win this match, so we all get 1 point on the board.
Yeah.
And fellas, what are we rating this match?
3.5.
4.
3.
I feel like you commented on it where it's like the ending was a little funky with. We were also talking about it of how the Crossroads, it's losing its flavoring as a finisher because we're so used to Cody finishing it off with a trifecta. But as of recently, he's just doing the one, but it's like the one doesn't feel enough anymore. It's like the trifecta or bust. It started to feel like, but then he got the championship and one's apparently enough again.
Yeah, I think he does need a new finisher. The reason why I give it a 4 is because afterwards, when he got crowned, when he got given the crown, Randy was just looking at him just out of jealousy and spite, and it's like, oh, that heel turn's coming.
Heel Randy coming back. We also saw commentary was also poking at it, and like we were discussing it during the match. Homelander Cody might still be coming. It's like the tendencies and play style is there, but it's all a matter of when they decide to pull that trigger.
And now we move on to our second match of the night, and it is our women's street fight match. What was it? It was
Riyadh
Boulevard street fight.
Yeah.
So we get Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez of the Judgment Day, and currently the women's tag team champions because their tag team partner is currently out.
Yes.
And they have not vacated it.
Yes.
So this match, I mean, we said it about the last one, cooked.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I think this is my second match of the night.
Yeah. Yes, and you've commented on it on this podcast before where you're like, Raquel just ain't doing it for you. She showed up this match.
Oh, yeah, no, I completely have to, like, retract that statement. This is the best match she's had on the main roster.
Yeah.
It was amazing. She plays the role of the big hoss well in this fight. Because Rhea's strong.
Yes.
But Raquel is bigger
than
her, so.
And she proves it by basically within the first 2 minutes of the match has Rhea crucified up on the mid and top rope, tied together, and just grabs a chair and kendo stick, and the fear you see in Rhea's eyes where she's like, oh, I'm not going to be able to get out of this in time.
Nope.
And she eats like a solid 15 kendo stick strikes before she's finally able to get out of it.
And then we move to the outside. Rhea and Raquel are brawling. Somehow the top from the Arabian?
The Arabian announce table. Rhea picked it up and put it over the announce table to basically make a makeshift chair or table.
Yeah, and then Rhea was going to slam Raquel through it. Raquel said, nah, not how this works. Powerbomb. I think it was just a powerbomb. I don't think it was Tahana bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Just regular powerbomb. Through that, it sounded like it hurt. So Rhea goes directly back first into the timekeeper's area.
Ow.
Yeah.
You know, because those tops are made out of nothing but plywood.
Yeah. It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts. And, so we move to the ringside area once again, where Raquel grabs one of the stairs and places it on the apron, resting against the ropes to use as a batter or a place to batter Rhea's head on. Rhea counters it, smashes Raquel's face into it.
Not the last time we'll see these stairs, though. There we go.
There you go.
Airs.
Yeah. What is first?
As you know, they decide to continue the squabble outside the ring. They eventually get into the ring, and Rhea is able to lock in her submission, the prison lock.
Prism.
Prison lock. Yeah. And Raquel looks like she's got nowhere to go. It's in the center of the ring. A street fight has already done damage to both women. This is probably it for Raquel.
Roxanne Perez!
Yeah!
Yeah, she comes out of nowhere. And she hits Rhea, knocks Rhea's focus off, or
Yep.
as how do we put this in D&D terms? She takes she breaks Rhea's concentration.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and
Rhea just chases Roxanne around.
Yeah, Roxanne and Rhea make eye contact, and Roxanne is immediately like, I've effed up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Rhea is able to bump Roxanne, and Rhea's like, I gotta take you out of this equation for good. Gets a trash can, puts it on top of Roxanne. Bop!
Yeah. That takes Roxanne out of the equation. Now, we did not mention that there was a table that got brought up. Oh,
Yes.
What the fuck happened with my speech right there?
There's a table in the corner.
Table got brought into the ring.
Yeah.
I just did Minoko's theme for a second. So a table got brought into the ring by Raquel. It got put in the corner, and then she says, "You know what? Nah, screw this." She puts it on top of the top rope with one of the legs open.
Yes, basically setting it up so now it's a ledge on the rope instead of just having to balance on the actual ropes.
Yeah, so Rhea takes Raquel up onto the table, riptides her off of the table into the center of the ring.
Avalanche Riptide.
1, 2, 3.
And we were all shocked.
Yeah, because we all picked Raquel.
Because we knew Roxanne was going to interfere, possibly set up her replacing Liv as the tag partner. But Roxanne did interfere, but apparently it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
They're still booking Rhea like Superwoman.
Yeah. Unfortunate. I really think that Rhea could have dealt with this loss, but
She could have eaten it.
I can see why, because they might want to put Rhea v Io again
Yeah.
in SummerSlam, but I think you should do Asuka v Io at SummerSlam.
Yeah. I feel like that might be a number one contenders match they're setting up pre-SummerSlam Asuka versus Rhea.
Yeah, or you could have Rhea v Io at Evolution,
Yeah.
and then Asuka v Io, because Rhea doesn't need the title, and it's good that she gets into feuds where she takes losses, because she does. What was her record in singles matches? 31-3.
Since 2022, 31-3 in terms of single action
And
is
now
her record.
32-3.
Yes.
Which is insane. So, yeah, she can afford to take some losses.
That is just shy of a 90% win rate.
Yeah, she can afford to take some losses. And that's me. Like, she's my favorite female star. Liv Morgan's second. Unfortunate that Liv Morgan's out right now, because we were supposed to give Liv v Io tonight.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that did not pan out.
Insider info said that was penciled in.
So, none of us got a point.
No.
So, what are we rating this match, fellas?
4.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4.
Yeah.
Maybe a 4.5.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, I winced so much during this match.
I really love the spot where Raquel throws Rhea into the steps
Yes.
that are resting against the ropes.
Oh, and then Raquel gets karma right back because we forgot a spot where Rhea drop kicks Raquel into the other side of the steps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which was like, ooh.
Yeah, no, this match was great. This match was amazing. Yeah, so next we move on to the second to what was it? The second to last like impromptu match added. It
Yeah.
has Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross.
Yes, and for a reminder of those at home, this is also the match that determines who gets this belt.
Will Trevin become double champion? Will Zach once again become main roster predictions champion? Or will I retain and look forward to potentially beating your streak?
Yes. For those, another statistic to keep track at home, if Caleb retains the title post SummerSlam, we tie in terms of how long we've held this title held.
Mm-hmm.
If he wins it in the PLE after SummerSlam, which I believe is Clash in Paris.
Well, yeah, I believe so. Well, I'll beat you in defenses. I think with I think with how the calendar was set up, I don't have as many days as you.
No, yeah.
Because we've had quick succession.
Yeah.
Stuff. You've had a longer reign, but I might beat you in defenses.
Because I was the inaugural with Bad Blood. And then
you held it till Mania.
I held it till Chamber. That's when you got it.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
And then you hot potatoed it to Zach because he won Mania. And then immediately won it back at Backlash.
Yeah. I forget my own championship history because I kind of forget that I was champion after Chamber.
Yeah.
Because it was Cena winning that gave me the win.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. This was probably my least favorite match on the card.
It wasn't a bad match though.
No, it wasn't a bad match. It was a good match. It was just like
you're not on much on the Kross hype train as the rest of the internet.
Predictable.
He's good. Don't get me wrong, he's good, but like it's like with LA Knight, you have everything to be world champion. I just don't think you're gonna be world champion. There's just too many people in this company.
Yeah. But the story of this match was these two just wanting to beat the snot out of each other.
And they did. By golly gee willikers, they beat the living batshit out of each other.
Yes. Like we got so many basically in video game terms the striking mini game.
Yeah, there was the back and forth striking mini game where you hold X. There was plenty of reversals.
Yes, no. And Kross being able to show his moveset outside of main events on YouTube.
Hitting 2 Doomsday Saitos.
Yes.
Also locking in a rear naked choke.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the match that controversially, they gave Sammy the 3 count for knockout.
Yeah.
And they gave Jay the 1? What? I'm not even a Jay fan, but what?
I guess Saudi has different rules.
I don't know, but
it's just
yeah,
like
post Sammy escaping that, he was out of breath to not capitalize escaping, and Kross was going to go for is it called the jackhammer or no?
Crosshammer.
Yeah. Basically a big old lariat.
Yes, and so that doesn't work out. Kross gets Sammy into the corner, and he starts doing running clotheslines into the corner, and he's
running forearms. Yeah,
say it.
Say you're a liar.
Say it, and he does it. Another clothesline,
and he's like, last chance to say it.
Yep, and then he runs back, and I was like, this is where the Huluva kick comes in. Huluva kick! 1, 2, 3, and still your main roster predictions champion, me.
Yeah.
But Sami Zayn wins this match. I felt like it was going to happen. You don't have Sammy lose in Saudi.
Yeah. I was feeling it, and it's like this, and I was like, this is the match I'm least confident in. I was like, because we joked about it in our prediction video, based off of the actions WWE has taken in terms of, we don't cater to the IWC, and some of their things are like, yeah, if you do, you literally just admitted giving Jay the title was to cater to the IWC.
Yeah, it giving Cross the smash was to cater to the IWC.
I thought they would have done it where he wins it. We finally get a Cross push. Maybe Sammy finally accepting he needs to turn heel a little bit.
The thing is with Raw, all the championships are kind of set.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Gunther's facing Goldberg, so that's set. Nothing's changing till then. And even after that, if Goldberg wins, Seth cashes in. So Seth has it. That's locked down for 6 months, 5 months maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe a year.
Yeah, that's the question of what's the heavyweight championship scene going to look like for SummerSlam. Because we don't have a contender for it right now.
If Rollins takes it off of Goldberg, if Goldberg wins or Gunther retains and Seth cashes in right away, it's going to be Rollins Reigns. It's going to be Rollins Reigns. Get the biggest match you can because Roman was just cast as Akuma in the Street Fighter movie.
Yep.
And that starts filming in August. So Reigns doesn't have a lot of time for when he comes back.
Yes, but if you know anything about the Street Fighter storylines from the video games, Akuma is a lingering figure. M. Bison's more of the main villain, so it's like, depending on the story direction they're going for, Roman might not have a lot of recording days, but he's still going to be gone to record those said days.
I haven't heard of any M. Bison casting, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Street Fighter. That's not my fighting game series.
And I'm a nerd.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
You admitted it. You're also wearing a Death Star shirt.
Yeah. But if you want to see us all be nerds together, tune into our TTRPG podcast, linked in the bio and in the description. Throes of Chaos. We are currently playing a D&D 5e campaign. This dude plays a bird.
I play Bird Cowboy. Bird Artificer, to be more exact. My name is Ghost. I have a anti-material rifle. And I have a runic revolver.
And a horse.
And a horse named Apple.
Yeah. But back to talking about wrestling.
Yeah, so next. Or no, we got to rate this match.
4.
3. Zach says 3.
Yeah.
Now, we move on to our United States Championship match. It is our United States Champion Jacob Fatu taking on Solo Sikoa.
Family Feud.
All of us have picked Jacob Fatu. And this was a better match than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Solo did show up.
Solo showed up. Also, the returns that happened were cool.
Yeah, so building up to that, of course, you know, they had to show up each other's moveset. Jacob Fatu being Jacob Fatu, basically eating moves that have taken out bigger superstars like they, and Jacob eating them like they are nothing. Solo hitting a spinning solo onto the apron and then onto the outside back to back, and it's like, ooh, but match got to continue. And how the match continues is Jacob, of course, gets the upper hand. He knows he is the better fighter. One of his titles was a street king in the family.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's like he knows how to squabble, and we have seen it plenty of time. Man can squabble. However, he struggles to squabble when the numbers aren't in his favor. As first interferee, JC Mateo slowly approaches.
Once again, getting no reaction because, like on SmackDown, no reaction to him.
Yeah.
He has no reason to be there.
Kinda.
His reveal was cool and all. They have done Jack Diddley with him.
I think they really fucked up by changing his name to JC Mateo because what kind of fucking name is JC Mateo?
Yeah. I also feel like based off of what we've seen of him, he's struggling with characterization.
They don't give him time to talk.
Yeah.
So we don't even know if he's like that good of a talker.
Yeah. And like he just, and from what I've seen of him in some promos and like in some match lull spots, he doesn't know what to do with his body.
Mhm.
It feels like.
Stop picking. But no, yeah. So JC Mateo comes out.
Yep, distracts the ref. Jacob looks like Jacob's on the corner. Looks like he's about to get down to like try to take out JC, but a returning new Bloodline member,
Tongaloa!
yeah,
Everyone's favorite, bruh.
Mr. Botchamania himself.
Oh, he comes back not having the eye patch.
No,
Yeah, so
I really want to look at that statistic if he has the most Botchamania clips to date.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, but he I forget what he does. He basically like
He suplexes Jacob Fatu.
yeah. But
And then he throws him back in.
Yeah, no, he doesn't because he gets him in the ring. So he's like, the way he did it, like looked like he basically dragon screwed his entire body. Yeah, which is kind of cool.
So he just like did a rolling neck breaker.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
after that,
Yeah, Jacob is, it's no longer a 1v1 for Jacob anymore, but Jacob Fatu is going to Jacob Fatu and is able to keep decent pace even though it's a 3v1 right now. However, it quickly shifts to a 4v1 when Jacob gets to the outside of the ring by the announce tables.
and the debuting Hikuleo appears out of fucking nowhere. A big guy that appears out of nowhere. That's insane. He takes the fight to Jacob Fatu. He says, "Look, you had everything. You're stupid. You threw it away." Chokeslams him on the table.
Tosses him back to Solo for a Samoan spike for the 1, 2, 3, and new!
United States champion Solo Sikoa. So, if you don't know our editor-in-chief, Gordon, he is one of our members of our team. He is super ecstatic that
Yes.
Solo won the
Yes.
U.S. championship.
And for those keeping track of different wrestler statistics at home, this is the first single title Solo has held since his 2-week North American Championship reign down back in NXT, which he had to relinquish because of getting contractually signed to a main roster show. Which, if you also
But
think...
yet, Dom was able to... I don't get it. I don't get it. It was so that everyone in the bloodline could hold gold, like all their key members, and then he had to relinquish it. And then they did the same thing with Dom, except he got to keep it and not show up on NXT.
every week. Because he came for different defenses.
Yeah, he came for defenses, but he didn't show up every week.
Yeah, no.
So that was the
Yeah.
choice.
And then we have famous main roster holdie, but technically free agent Becky win the NXT Women's title for a stint.
We also have Kevin Owens getting called up when he was NXT champion.
Yeah. It was a weird time for Solo.
Yeah, it was a weird time. But hey, he finally holds singles gold. I am going to give this match 4 stars.
Yeah, I'll give it a solid 4-2.
It was great.
Yeah. 3.5.
All
Cool.
right.
You know.
And none of us get a point. Of
Oh, yeah.
course.
We all thought Jacob was retaining because it felt blatantly obvious of like, it's Jacob.
Yeah, but with Hikuleo coming back, I can see why they didn't give
Yeah,
Jacob the retain.
Hikuleo debuting and Tongaloa.
I'm
returning.
surprised that Jimmy didn't come out to help.
No. They had a little, like, talk. They had a conversation on Friday where it's like, look, let's make one thing clear. Sure, we're family. Sure, we gotta look out for each other. But our business is still our business.
Yeah, but I think once he realized, oh, there's double the amount of people if I was out there helping, that's when you should go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Jacob's reign ends at 70 days?
Yeah.
70 days. So now we move on to our Queen of the Ring finalists.
And your co-main event.
It is Asuka versus Jade Cargill. So Asuka is representing Raw, Jade Cargill representing SmackDown. So if Asuka wins, she takes on Io Sky at SummerSlam. And if Jade Cargill wins, she takes on the woman who retained last night in a last woman standing match, Tiffany Stratton, at SummerSlam.
Which, that last woman standing match had no reason to be that good.
It cooked.
Yep.
Absolutely cooked. And just like this match, it cooked.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill coming out in a Storm cosplay, which was very
full
cool.
with accurate tape where it's linked to and everything, and even some whiteout contacts.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was such a cool outfit. Asuka's makeup done in the way that she wore it before the most recent makeup transformation
Yep.
that she's done.
And they rebalanced her theme so it sounds good again.
Oh my god, that theme is so good. It's one of the best in the company. Man, where do we even begin with this match?
I don't know.
Jade outpowering Asuka at every single turn.
But
Asuka's still finding a way to work limbs
Yes.
like
because
it's
that's
nobody's business.
yes, because that's the thing is that Jade's a powerhouse, but she requires you to get close. Asuka likes getting close.
Yeah.
She likes working them joints.
Yeah, there was a leg lock that got applied, and
Yep.
Jade stood up and deadlifted Asuka into a German suplex.
Yes. Ooh. We saw an octopus hold eventually. Yeah.
And then towards the end of the match, we get a Asuka locked in. Jade flips over. 1, 2, kick out. We see Asuka get Jade back down onto her knees. She goes for the Empress Impact. She gets caught. Jaded. 1, 2, 3.
And your 2025 Queen of the Ring.
Jade Cargill and all of us
Get a
picked
point.
Jade, so all of us
Yeah.
get a point. And man, both representatives being SmackDown is certainly a choice, but I think that might have happened because of Liv's injury. I'm not sure though. Maybe Jay was slotted to win the whole time.
That's because of Raw rep.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like both.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Both reps being SmackDown, like both
Yeah.
winners being SmackDown winners.
Yeah, it is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But however, the men's Keen also being on SmackDown might be a little funky with our main event.
Oh, we got to rate this match.
Oh yeah.
This match gets about 3.75.
I'll give it a solid 4.
Oh.
Yeah. But what I was breaking into is
I give 0.25 off because of that funky little fall at the end. It
yeah,
made the
pin look weird.
yeah.
But I was saying how Rhodes being a SmackDown rep technically, this reign of Cena might be a cross-brand thing even more than his current opponent makes it.
Because it is time for our main event of the evening.
We have A1 CM Punk, the best in the world, the voice of the voiceless, here in Saudi for the first time.
And taking on the GOAT, the Unseen 17, John Cena, gracing Saudi Arabia one last time with his presence. That's all that needs to be said, right?
Yes.
Oh my god. What a main event.
I don't think I've ever left my seat for a main event more for this match. The only contention is Roman v. Cody at WrestleMania 40, and as we talk about this match, you will understand why.
So, very slow start to the match. Very slow start.
These are veterans getting up in age. It's going to be a little slower. We are expecting this.
And then they note on commentary, Cena controls the pace. And if Punk can just push the tempo, John Cena will be on the back foot.
And that's exactly what Punk does.
Yeah, Punk pushes the tempo. He catches Cena off guard. And then we slip into second gear.
Yep, Cena's like, oh, I gotta actually do stuff to get into this match, and
there you go.
I keep finding random hairs on me.
You're shedding. But yeah, so Cena does the quickest, version of his comeback that we've seen this whole retirement tour.
Yes, but no, seriously, and these two brought the best out of each other. They had to pull stuff out of their bag.
Cena hitting 3 AAs, not enough.
Nope.
Not enough.
Punk hitting 2 GTSs, also Cena putting Punk in, I believe, I know it was at least 1, but it might have been 2 STFs?
Maybe.
Yeah.
You're also putting Cena in the octopus stretch, but it's not enough.
Yeah, Punk with an Anaconda Vice as well. It's like, what? These two gotta give up eventually, and then
we see Cena going for the third comeback of the match.
Starting the 5 moves of doom, starting with the shoulder bump.
Shoulder check. He takes Punk down. He goes for another shoulder check. Punk ducks, hits the ref out.
And Punk hits a GTS.
1, 2,
3, 4. All the way up to 10 before Punk looks to see how the ref's doing, realizes he's taken out. He's like, crud. And all of a sudden we hear... Excuse me. All good. And all of a sudden we hear, burn it down!
Yeah.
And we're like, OF.
Yeah, Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker, BBL.
Yeah.
They come out. And no ref.
No ref, but briefcase in hand. And, Punk is just staring at this in disgust at this scene. And the ref's taken out. So Seth makes his way down the ramp all the way to ringside and unleashes the dogs.
Also of note, I forgot to mention this. Punk is in his Money in the Bank 2011 gear.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, but
yeah, the dogs get released, and oh my God, they start mauling CM Punk.
Yep. So CM Punk starts getting mauled. He's able to hold his own for a decent bit, but a 2v1 after the exhausting match he has had with Cena is not in his favor. So while he is able to squabble decently, it's still too much. Braun is able to get him in position for Bronson to hit the tsunami.
Cero! Miedo!
And we're like, what the frick is he doing here? And that is enough to distract Braun Breaker to be like, I gotta get that.
Yeah, I gotta get that, man. So he runs up to Penta, goes for, it looks like he's gonna go for a spear.
But instead pivots it to his classic shoulder check clothesline.
Penta ducks out the way.
Starts taking out the legs to make sure, nah, even if you get up, you ain't building the speed to spear me.
And
they start squabbling.
Breaker grabs him, slams him on the apron, and he's going to go for a military press slam.
Yep, and we hear a whoa.
Oh!
And Sammy bursts out from the back to help Penta out. And he squabbles it to make it so that they're making a lap around the audience barricade.
Yeah.
And then they get to a high enough spot where Penta's built back enough health, built back enough stamina, where he's like, time to do what luchas do. Whee!
Yeah, he does a plancha onto Breaker and Sammy. Sammy goes into the barricade, which had to hurt.
Yeah.
But then all three men brawl to the back, leaving Bronson.
Yep, still setting up the tsunami, and Cena pushes Bronson off.
No. He's going for the tsunami on Cena now. Because somehow Cena was laying down in the ring. Punk pushes Bronson off.
Huh.
Because Cena rolls away and he gets into AA position, picks Bronson up, hits the AA on Bronson.
Oh, yeah!
And then I think Punk...
Which was impressive.
Then I think, does Punk hit the GTS or does Bronson just leave after that?
Bronson just dips because then we get Cena and Punk coming face to face.
Oh, yeah. So we
and they're like, we good now?
Yeah, Punk holds out his hand. Cena shakes the hand. They go in for a hug.
Yep.
Cena breaks the fourth wall.
Yep.
Like he
staring
did
dead at the camera.
Like he did at Elimination Chamber to Cody.
And pushes Punk off. Goes for the low blow. Punk catches it. Punk goes for the GTS. But no one took out Seth.
Yep, so Seth comes in with the briefcase, hits Punk, hits the stomp on Punk. Cena throws Rollins out the ring. Ref wakes up. 1, 2, 3. And still, your WWE champion, John Cena. And all of us get a point, bringing the point totals for me up to... Wait. Is it all three?
No, it's 4-3-3.
Oh, that's just a dead marker. 4-3-3.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, that main event was, again,
5 stars.
5-star, yeah. I say, like, I didn't say what the F or, like, leave my seat more. Like, I haven't left my seat that much prior to that main event at WrestleMania 40, because my gosh.
We also didn't even mention how Cena goes for the title shot. He goes to hit Punk with the title, and then he throws the title away. They're very much, it seems like they are soft launching.
Yes.
Or soft rolling.
Yes.
The face turn.
And we were talking about it, how, like, Penta coming out to help Punk and Sammy coming out is basically confirming that Penta's going to be on Team Babyface in War Games.
Mm-hmm.
But now all the Cena spots make us question, like, is Cena also going to be on Team Babyface?
Who knows?
Yeah. But they're also making it blatantly obvious that this is the title Seth is going to cash in on. While he's contracted to Raw, which is the World Heavyweight title, that title.
Yeah.
Which means he's going to have to come face to face with Cody if he wants to cash in on that title.
Yeah, so SummerSlam is set. It is Cody v. Cena 2.
Yep. Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. And that is it for this episode of Night Champions. And that is it for this episode of Disqualified.
Yeah, no. Again, as we said on the top of the show, Saudi, we apologize.
Yeah.
We misunderstood your game.
Yeah, no.
Also, another thing we should thank Saudi for is they chucked enough money at WWE where they...
No sponsors.
No
oh my
sponsor
God.
logos. No Slim Jim logos on them tables. The only logo on and in the ring was the Riyadh season logo, which makes sense.
Hey, we have, 2 more years left?
Yeah.
We have 3 shows next year.
Keep this attitude and this much of, budget up.
I think the main reason why I didn't like it is because of everything going on right now.
Yeah.
But that's besides, I think the crowds have been getting better year by year. I still think one of my favorite things that they've done was the Greatest Royal Rumble. Maybe mainly because we got so many memorable things. We got the Titus World slide.
Yeah.
We got Brian out going 1 to 50. That was pretty cool. But yeah, that's it. I am still your main roster predictions champion. I have 2 shows to go before I tie defenses with this man, who is our NXT predictions champion, Trevin. And behind the camera is our producer, Zach.
And our next defenses for both these titles will be on the same weekend, which is a 3-show weekend.
We are not predicting Saturday night's main event.
No, but we are predicting Evolution.
We're watching it because of a potential cash-in. It's the only reason. At least for me, why I'm watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you thought about the show down below. Ring the bell 3 times so you know the match is over. We will see you next time. Thank you for your time and peace.
Bye.